Betty looked at Anna with cold eyes and an evil smile. "Oh, and by the way, it was I who summoned death," she admitted, her voice full of hatred. "You were too persistent, refusing to give up this role. But now everything is settled. I've secured the lead role, and you better be prepared to fight for your life against death." Haha. Anna was shocked and frightened. "You really summoned death just to get the role?" Betty sneered. "Yes, you don't deserve to have everything, from the role to Alex's love. Now the role is mine. I will succeed in it, and then Alex will notice me." At that moment, Alex returned and sensed the tension in the room. "Betty, you're visiting Anna again. What are you two talking about?" he asked, surprised, approaching Anna. Betty, bitterly looking at Alex as he instinctively protected Anna, forced a fake smile and spoke with hidden meaning. "Just a little chat, Alex. We'll see each other later." With that, she turned and left, leaving Anna and Alex in bewilderment and worry about what was to come. Anna recalled the times she had accidents in the theater. Betty always reassured and encouraged her, never revealing any signs of her scheme. Betty's concern and care seemed sincere, making Anna never suspect her. This cunningness allowed Betty to hide the fact that she was the one behind all the accidents, secretly using her powers to create dangerous situations for Anna. When Alex visited Anna at the theater, Betty was also there. Her face didn't show joy, but she forced a smile to hide her jealousy. Unfortunately, at that time, Anna was too preoccupied with her fear of the strange accidents to notice. Anna felt heartbroken and disappointed at Betty's confession. She couldn't believe that her trusted colleague could do such cruel things. But in that moment, Anna also reassured herself. She took a deep breath, maintaining her determination. She told herself, "Betty, you may have gotten the role, but you can't take away my dignity and integrity. I will get through this." Anna found calm within herself again. On the fateful night, the atmosphere in the hospital suddenly became ominously dark and cold. Darkness covered everything, and everyone felt a chilling presence. Anna and Alex sensed something was wrong. They tightly gripped the family heirloom jade, hoping for its protective power. When death appeared, his dark figure with a sharp scythe paralyzed the space. His cold gaze swept through the hospital room, stopping at Anna and Alex. He approached, but when he was only a few steps away, the jade in their hands began to glow brightly. The warm light spread, enveloping Anna and Alex, creating an invisible barrier. Death stopped, his eyes full of rage but helplessness. The power of the jade, accumulated from the ancestor's merits, was too strong, preventing him from advancing. He tried to push forward but was repelled by the protective light. Finally, he roared in anger and disappeared into the night, leaving the space to return to normal. Anna and Alex breathed a sigh of relief, realizing they had survived the fateful day. The power and merits of the jade had saved them, protecting them from death's threat. From now on, they knew that as long as they kept their faith and courage, they could face anything. Meanwhile, at the theater, the tension was high as the play was about to reach its climax. Betty, in the lead role she had schemed to obtain, stood on stage with a look of smug satisfaction. She held a prop knife, ready for the dramatic scene. But in the fateful moment, when she stabbed the knife into her heart as per the script, a chilling sensation went through her body. Betty realized with horror that the knife was real. She collapsed on stage, her eyes filled with terror and regret. As people screamed and panicked, Betty lay in the spotlight on stage, remembering the ambitious schemes that led to this tragic end. She recalled how she had prepared the real knife to swap with the prop and planned for Anna to use it in the play. But after securing the role, she had thrown the real knife into the dressing room trash. Now, the knife reappeared. In an instant, Betty understood, and regret filled her heart. But it was too late. As it turned out, during the play's preparation, a prop staff member suddenly discovered the fake knife missing from the props box. After a thorough search, he saw the knife still in the box. He was astonished and couldn't explain the knife's mysterious disappearance and return. He muttered to himself that he must have been seeing things, unaware that he had just witnessed a horrifying scheme, a karmic exchange between greed and a human life. In her final moments, as Betty closed her eyes, a dark figure appeared, the sharp scythe in his hand glinting in the air. Betty understood the bitter truth. Anna had escaped her trap, and the dark figure before her was death. Fear and regret overwhelmed Betty. She realized that all the events, from the strange accidents to the disappearance of the fake knife, were Death's arrangement. He had orchestrated everything to take her soul, meeting one when he raised his scythe. In immense fear, Betty realized that her ambition and envy had led her to this end. She had no time to regret, and with Death's cruel smile, her soul vanished into the dark void, leaving behind painful consequences and a warning to those who wish to harm others, those who dare to summon death just to satisfy their vanity. And the fate of such people is to pay with their lives. Because, when Death raises his scythe, someone must die.